friends, welcome. My name is Rachel, also known as the Cold Brew Chick, and today I'm super stoked to be sharing my video review of a very unique cold brew kit that's recently come out into the market. Now, I don't know about you guys, but one of my favorite things about cold brew is how creative everyone is getting with this drink, putting it into cocktails, adding immersions. It's just mind-blowing, honestly, and it's so fun to be along for the journey and see what everyone's creating, which is why I literally blew my mind when I saw on Instagram this company that's doing something with two of my favorite trends with cold brew kits and immersions. Now, cold brew kits have really hit the market recently now that Dunkin' Donuts and Starbucks have both come out with their own versions. And essentially what a cold brew kit is an easy way for anyone to make cold brew at home. So you don't have to worry about buying beans and grinding them and figuring out what ratio of coffee to what ratio of water. They mix that all for you. They even give you new flavors and filters, so all you have to do is you pop it into essentially anything that can hold water, and then you steep it, and then voila, there's your cold brew with easy cleanup. So it's really a win-win. But is it a win-win? The thing with cold brew kits is that, it's not fresh beans, first of all. That's one of the biggest critiques is, these beans have been sitting around for, gosh, however long. So you're not really getting the freshness, which is a critical component some people believe with cold brew, is that the freshness of the beans makes everything. And the other part too is that, you don't get to control what beans are being used. If you are someone like me who, I don't really like light acidic cold brews, what if this kit has a light acidic bean? I probably wouldn't like it very much. And vice versa. If you are someone that doesn't like the bold chocolatey cold brews, which, let's talk because I don't understand why. You wouldn't like a lot of the kits out there because a lot of them do tend to lean towards that type of taste profile. And it's just not as fun. So when I saw these guys, my mind blew, because this cold brew kit handles both of those solutions. Not only does it keep everything super fresh, the beans come incredibly fresh. You literally have to wait once you order it to get it sent because they have to create it and make sure it's at its freshest capacity. But they also play around with immersions, probably my favorite cold brew trend. Now, immersions are when you take your beans and before you steep it into water to create the cold brew process, you add a little something. And that could be, I've seen mint leaves, coconut, cacao nibs. People are getting really creative with this stuff. And the idea is that once you're done brewing your cold brew and you filter it, you have this flavorful cold brew that with no added sugar or added milk, it's 0 calories, and it's just so flavorful and different. It's awesome. And this is where I've seen a lot of the creativity in cold brew going, is towards the immersions. So these guys, Good Trip, have answered both of those problems with cold brew kits and creativity. They create an incredibly fresh cold brew kit that also adds the immersion fun part of it. Now, they sent me 2 flavors to try. This is the Mayan Cacao, and they also sent me a coconut. I do not have that one because I made it and drank it all and then saved the bag, and my father thought, oh, this is trash, and threw it away. So I guess my fault for not writing a little sticky note on it, but whatever. This one was saved. And so what's really cool about these kits, you get 4 bags. Any cold brew kit nowadays, it's gonna look like this. You get this little bag here, and it acts as your carrier for your beans, and in this case with the immersions, the spices, and it also acts as your filter. So all you do is you take a bag, or however many there are in the kit, and you throw it into anything that can hold water. In this case, I actually used the pitcher for my toddy kit. That worked really well. You throw it in here with the recommended amount of water, and then you steep it for however much time they recommend. In this case, they recommended 12 to 24 hours, which is a pretty big range of time. But what's nice about like 24, if you put it in 9 p.m. the night before, you just pull it out at 9 p.m. the next night. So it's really easy to remember, and you don't have to do a bunch of math. But with that really big range, it gives you a lot of opportunity to pull it whenever you think it's necessary based on your taste preference. So if you're someone that likes a little bit of a weaker cold brew, 12 is perfect. But if you're someone like me that likes it bold and rich, I kind of wait around 24. In this case, this batch I made, which I have not tried, I kept it for 16 hours. So it's right in that little sweet spot. But in the case of this particular cold brew, It is a single origin Nicaragua coffee, and they add an infusion of cacao, cinnamon, nutmeg, and cayenne. Ooh. And they give you 4 bags in a kit. And they recommend 16 ounces of water for every bag. So that's about, you know, the Aquafina size bottle. And then brew for 12 to 24 hours. And then voila. And what's awesome about these cold brew kits too as well is that it's super easy cleanup. So literally, I'm gonna pour my cold brew right now. I don't have to worry about steeping and, you know, filtering it before I drink it. I can literally just pour it and have my cold brew. So let's see how it is. So this is fantastic. You get such great flavor complexity. And it's funny because the complexity doesn't even come from the coffee, it comes from the spices. So you first get the hint of especially the nutmeg and a little bit of the cinnamon. And then as the cold brew goes down your throat, you get that little kick of cayenne. It's super subtle though. I can't handle spicy foods to save my life, but this is, it's just the perfect amount. This is delicious, holy crap. Ooh, and there's that kick. I'm so impressed with this kit. Not only is it so easy to do, like literally all I have to do is take these bags out, pop them in the trash can, and then I'm good. But it's delicious. It is so good. This is easily a 5 out of 5 cold brew, hands down. And I was equally as impressed with the coconut one as well. The coconut one was super rich on the chocolate flavor and it had such a lovely coconut aftertaste. I mean, they're both fantastic. And what's even better is they have more flavors. Oh, yes. Just one note about this cold brew, and it's any cold brew kit in particular, whenever you are straining it and getting ready to get rid of the bags, don't squeeze the bags too hard. I don't know about you guys, but like whenever I make tea, I like to squeeze out my tea bag because I want to get all the juices and everything. And you have to be careful with cold brew kits in that regard because the bags are pretty thin. And there's a lot of coffee, a lot of spices, a lot of water in there. So if you squeeze it too hard, it's gonna rip and you're gonna get coffee in your cold brew that you don't want because you want to drink it. So I just recommend if you are going to crunch your bags, do it very, very light because you don't want to be in that situation where the coffee comes out, then you gotta strain it. You don't got time for that. But I highly, highly, highly recommend these. This is Good Trip cold brew kit coffee. They have like a zillion flavors and I can't wait to try the rest.